We got ourselves Anton first up over for the team one. Looks like Alonia. That's going to be challenging first. Anton just kind of chilling behind or chilling by this corner area right here. I love the full set mog, the full red. It's going to be walking into Alonia with a full death advance, just immuning the Ursos. Looks like stun to Alonia. Anton, but outside is not looking that good. He's gonna have to go for as much self-healing as possible. Alonia is seeing the army of the dead attack and popping thorns pretty early on. Anton is just gonna let these pets chase after the feral druid, will it together with the dark transformation A-bomb pet. As Anton breaks out of that stun together with a IBF, just trying to see if he can avoid the resonance trinket. Anton dropping in the big A-bomb, dropping in more pets as Alonia just charges out to get some bleeds and put some pressure. Quick grip, trying to keep Alonia away from the pillar. Alonia, being a feral druid, can break out of slows, can break out of any roots every time the power shift, whenever they shift out of cat form or shift into a form. Every time they shift, they're able to keep themselves moving, keep themselves afloat. So for Anton, it's going to be quite difficult to catch up after Alonia, but hopefully we'll be able to see more of an even fight between the two. Alonia get hit with a stun. Pet is going for Dark Transformation. Full A-bomb limb is up. Alonia could be in a bit of trouble. Gonna be tricky for Anton as Alonia trying to see if he can shut him down stun, but the pet is gonna be a wall right now as Alonia trying to see if he can reduce as much damage as possible. Shut him out for a second. Into a short stun onto but not at low health whatsoever. Actually might be able to make an escape. The regrowth to follow as the pets are gonna be surrounding him. The ghouls that continue to claw at him. Is it gonna be enough to survive here? This is gonna be a rejuve with a Swiftman as Anton got himself full flesh cut behind the pillar. Alonia tried to go for a flesh cut as well, but Anton does have a quick interrupt, death advance to keep himself away from the Ursols. And so far, my goodness, Anton just turned around so much damage versus Alonia there. I am surprised the Feral lived. Just regrowth and a rejuve and a swift bed. I honestly thought those pets might just have you and do you in, but apparently not. Well, it's one advantage for Anton is a lot of those cooldowns, except for like Grippy Hand, the A-bomb limb, a lot of them are fairly short CDs. Big bleeds out for Alonia, committing a lot of damage for Anton. Anton with the AMS is going to use a lot of that runic power that he builds out from those thorns for death strikes back to back, but he's super low in health. Death back in the last second as he got no health to really work with. That's going to use pet empowered, stun into Alonia. Maybe he goes in for even more damage. He got himself a little bit more runic power. IBF coming back up very, very soon. Army of the Dead joining in. Let's go maybe for a grip versus Alonia, keep him away from Pillar. Does go for a grip the last second. Bear for Alonia for a second as Anton continues to put pressure towards Alonia. Does he get him in? That's gonna be the best joining in. Oh, the Executor comes out. I can't believe Anton lived it. That is a feral druid with full bleeds. Okay, there's no way you're gonna survive a second druid, but that Executor at the end with that Soul Reaper is so clutch. He was able to build it up for his tier set. Anton, there's no way you're gonna survive a second feral. Not Papa come back. There's no way. What a death knight. I know, right? Yo, what's up, dude? What's up? What a death knight indeed. Krong's trying to keep the pressure rolling onto Papa. It's going to Papa with a quick charge. Skull Bash with a maim, locking down Krongzu. Going to be a trinket out of the rogue though. Get a shot into Papa as they're in bear form. Krongzu does drop down the resonance trinket on him. He's going to explode, but the Barkskin is in the bear form is going to keep him plenty healthy. Krongzu trying to see if he might be able to stay next to Papa. He's kind of trying to keep that 8-yard range to him. With acrobatic strikes, you don't necessarily have to be in the melee range of the enemy. You can kind of be like a small distance away from them. But still able to do damage and build comp points. Vanish with the flesh cut for Krongzu as he gives himself a full recovery there. Grapple hook into an ambush versus Papa. I did not watch out if Krongzu is playing for a Vanish reset legendary or if he's playing for a pistol shot legendary. Quick gouge versus Papa. I think Krongzu is just hoping to catch a kidney shot onto Papa while he's in cat form. Quick maim onto the rogue with full bleeds rolling. Krongzu with a kidney shot, but looks like Papa is just gonna go into bear form immediately. He's just gonna go with the cat form, put up all the bleeds, then he's just gonna sit in bear form and let Krongzu just hit into the thick bear hide. He's literally just trying to play it as defensively as possible. Quick blade rush with an attempt to intro by Krongzu. Seeing Papa in the cat form is gonna throw him in a kidney shot. Or blind, probably a kidney shot after. He's going to trigger that cheap shot with a quick maim onto Krongzu, trying to see if he can set up some bleeds. It's also going to be the resolve trinket. Potentially, Krongzu could escape. It looks like it's going to explode as Papa rotates stun after stun into this rogue. Quick gouge onto the feral as thorns are up, and Krongzu looking to separate away from the cat as fast as possible. He just needs a few more calm points. Might be able to go for a vanish, potentially. Does go for a vanish, but does die to this bleeds either way. That was actually so clutch there. That Vanish man almost did it. Almost was able to do it. Embargo up next versus Papa. So far, Papa is just eating these rogues for dinner. And Embargo might be the second meal due to the second serving, or he might be the one to shut down the Feral and lead his team to glory. Because Naze and Cracker need the chance to play, and Papa just doesn't let him do anything at all. And the rogue got to be very, very careful. Kidney shot has to burn his kidney shots into a bear form, which is super extremely unfortunate. Papa just has such a big defensive value out of that bear form with a stun. It's a lot better than getting hit with a stun as a feral druid, which basically means near death. Embargo exploded on the resident chicken. Big blaze rolling in. Vanisher out of Embargo. Does he himself maybe a flesh cut? Is going to burn himself. Warlock has to just give himself a bit more survivability. Doesn't really have much to work with here. No Vanisher, nothing. Doesn't have evasion either. Try to see if he can separate from the feral. Maybe interrupt the flesh cut. Does get to interrupted, but I think Papa went for a trinket. I'm not really sure why. Was there a gouge maybe? But Papa does end up devouring yet another rogue, with Naze going to be up next as an Affliction Warlock. Naze getting opened up on Mortical versus Papa. Seeing the feral without a trinket could be potentially an opportunity for Naze to go for a big go. It's going to ramp up all these dots. It's going to be Darkleg joining in. There's going to be Quick Roar by Papa. Looks like the dots are going to be ramped up quite a bit. Try to see if he catches up a regrowth. Maybe Naze can swing around the corner, land and interrupt versus Papa come back. So Feral is taking quite a huge amount of damage versus these dots. Darkleg around the corner is going to add a little bit extra pressure. Papa with a self-heal while in barrel form with a Barxian. I'm wondering if this Feral Druid, is he playing the Omen Legendary? Is he playing Tanky Lego? I can't even tell, honestly. He's going to try to see if he can put some pressure versus Naze. Full bleeds are up in the cat form. Does get a Skull Bash for a second. Naze with the Dark Bag, but that Dark Bag got burned through very, very quickly as this blade just absolutely devoured that shield. That's going to be a port for Naze. Trying to keep the pressure versus Papa. Just trying to get the dots rolling in. Mortical to follow. And does have line of sight. Maybe Naze can make something work here. Maybe Naze can potentially make a play. Fiora to Papa come back. Destiny Ball getting set up. Malefic Rapture trying to see if he can load him up. It's going to be Papa interrupting him right now. Naze could potentially still have himself a big drain around the corner. Maybe he could port on top of Papa. Is going to go for a flash cut. Could potentially build up a bit of damage. He does have a big drain ready to go. He just needs a line of sight of the Feral in order to make it happen. The Feral with all those dots rolling in. Stun around the corner, does avoid it. Leaping in towards the Warlock. Quick maim to follow. It's just going to drop a Resident Trinket on him. He knows he's just going to die. Ports up. It looks like Papa in his hubris side, he was just going to end up taking him out quite cleanly. But looks like Naze was at least quick on the draw. Try to go for a flesh cap. Naze is still gets the opportunity to play, even though that is his revelries, doing 50% less damage, 50% less healing. At least an opportunity for him to maybe do something, anything, put some sort of dots on Papa. It looks like Cracker is going to see if he can charge around the corner. He's the last one who could potentially shut down this Feral. Got himself a trinket for that CC with a banner. Might be able to give himself an opportunity to keep himself mobility. It's going to be a leap around the corner. That's going to slow one to Papa come back. And it's going to be Raging Blows trying to catch him back up towards the Feral. Wall rotating, but Papa as they do have Barkskin rolling in. Maybe he can turn around some damage. It's going to go for a big Blades versus Cracker. Needs some breakthrough. Flash going to be a Blade Storm. So Papa can't even go for a full stun, full CC onto Cracker just yet. Flash cut for around the corner for Cracker as he sees his Blades rolling in. Does have some big go right here. Could potentially go with the Feral Frenzy, Tiger's Fury. Cracker hit with the maim. Doesn't have anything. It's going to be huge burst. Unless he goes maybe for a defense right here. Maybe he can survive in the last second. It's going to be rooted for a moment. Maybe he goes for a Rattling Cry. Does give him plenty of health to work with. It's going to be Thorns by the Feral. Cracker is very, very careful which abilities he uses while the Feral has Thorns rolling. Disarm on the kitty. Cannot really disarm his claws, but might as well do something better than nothing. And Papa is going to go for yet another rooted Cracker charging out. Oh my goodness. The Rallying Cry fell off at the last second. And Papa with a 1v5. Taking these boys out. Unfortunate. Dude, Pharaohs are just lots of survivability.